Sitting here right in front of me is the OFM-380Q FPV bundle, which is an RTF unit and all-in-one complete system for you to kickstart your multi-rotor FPV career or quadcopter FPV career. Now, if you're a total beginner or you have an expensive rig sitting somewhere you don't want to touch before you actually learn to fly, I believe this is the right choice for you. I personally love this system, I personally own this system, and I personally worked on this system a lot to actually bring all of you people a complete all-in-one solution for you to get started in the world of multi-rotors. If you want to get more details on what you get when you order, please go to the site page of OFM-380Q FPV bundle. The link is given in video description. Just go ahead and click it. Now, apart from the shipping package or the final package that we ship from here, what you will get inside the box are these three boxes. One is the T380Q big white box, one Dimension 7 radio system, digital programmable. This has been customized to 100 milliwatt output transmission, so it will give you 1000 meter range, solid 1000 meter solid range. So this is the radio system, and another box which has the FPV system and the LCD screen. Of course, LCD screen for you to actually see what your quadcopter is seeing and fly FPV. These three boxes simply have everything inside that you actually need to start flying FPV right outside the box. So just follow this video series and I will show you how easy it is to set up the 380 and start flying FPV right away. We are going to take a closer look at the components that actually come in your package, and we will see how to put them together and start flying FPV right away. First thing I want to open is the Devo 7 radio. This is the Dimension 7 transmitter system from Volkera. I have tested a lot of Volkera radio systems, and I found Devo 7 is to be the most affordable radio and most usable at the moment when it comes to a very simple quadcopter systems like 380. These radio systems come in two versions, 10 milliwatt and 100 milliwatt power or transmission power. This is customized to 100 milliwatt transmission power, so on plus 20 amplification, this can give you 1000 meter range very easily. Plus, for an aerobatic airplane model that we need to set for the 380, this is very easy to use and set. Basically, this radio system has already been programmed for you for your T380, so you do not have to do any kind of programming. What I'm going to show you is the switches or buttons that you will be using when flying. So you get a Dimension 7 radio system, you have a CD with user manual, a bind cable which you don't have to use because it binds itself automatically. You have a neck strap and the trainer cable, or the cable that later you can use to upgrade the firmware of the radio system if you have ordered the firmware upgrade kit or module. Now, as mentioned, this radio already has been programmed, so all you need to do is add 8 AA size batteries, okay? Turn it on, power on your quadcopter with a suitable battery and start flying. So I have already programmed the radio system for you. All you need to do is insert batteries, turn it on, power up the quadcopter and start flying. Now, you don't have to use any of these switches apart from one, the dual rate switch. This is your cyclic left, right, forward, backward, yaw, throttle. More the throttle, the higher the quadcopter go, less the throttle, quadcopter will descend. So ascend, descend, yaw right, yaw left, move right, move forward, move backwards. So these are very easy control. Now on the cyclic, if you find your quadcopter is very agile, you can pull the dual rate switch down. So flip it down and your quadcopter will become very docile. Rest, you don't have to set any kind of programmings here. So if you're a total beginner, complete noob, do not touch any programming. Just remember dual rates on and off and start flying. Alright? Setting this machine is really piece of cake. As I mentioned, that radio is already programmed, so you don't have to do any kind of programming. All you need to do is put a few things together after you take them out of box and start flying. Add your battery and start flying. Now here are the simple steps. The first thing you need to do is, if you look inside here, there are screws here, nuts and bolts. So using the right tools, what you need to do is add the landing gear right here. Okay, make sure you follow the yellow heat shrink tube to the front. So this is your front, and your landing skid's heat shrink yellow will stay front as well. Once you have mounted the landing gear, the second step is to connect your camera to your video transmitter and connect the power to your video transmitter. If you remember, your video receiver has lots of cables. I have actually made all the cables for you already, all the custom connectors, so that will make a total plug and play experience for you. Looking at the cables, first you have a black cable with a little white connector here and a big connector at this side. So simply speaking, your big connector will neatly fit on the video transmitter. Then you have a red cable with a black connector. Alright? And you cannot fit them wrong, so do not worry about them. They will go in only one way. That's it. GST connector, red one here. You have one custom connector here. This is your custom connector. So this will share the flight battery with the FPV system. All you need to do is connect this custom connector to the GST connector. So red to red, black to black. Again, this will connect only one way. Now this one will go to the balance port of your LiPoly. Now let's say this is your flight battery, 11.1 volt, 3300 milliamps. All you need to do is plug the balance connector to the balance port. Alright, and this one will power your video transmitter, and this battery will power your quadcopter as well. So basically these connectors will share the power. Now do not connect the power right away because you need to add the antennas and stuff. I'm assuming you have actually added the quadcopter on the landing gear or landing gear on the quadcopter. So put on the antenna. If you do not want to use this antenna, you can use the clover leaf antennas. Now that your video transmitter has been connected with the power and everything, this little white connector will go and connect to camera right here. Alright, it will connect only one way, so do not worry and do not force your way in. Just see which way it goes in nice, just that way connect it in, and zip ties, using the zip ties, put these cables neatly somewhere under the frame. Now that your quadcopter is ready with the FPV system, all you need to do is add the propellers, connect the power, which is again balance port will power the FPV system, and of course the main connector will power the quadcopter, and you are good to fly. This is your forward section, which you can easily find out because of the Lotus RC text and the heat shrink tube. Pick up your orange blades. Okay, the right front is your anti-clockwise and left front is clockwise. On the back, just match anti-clockwise to anti-clockwise, clockwise to clockwise. Now your quadcopter is ready to fly. Let us look at how to set up the ground station or video receiving setup. This is OFM-380 FPV bundle, which has everything to get you started into the world of multi. That was bad.